Loud. There we go. All right, welcome Tribe Timers. It is a Tuesday, one of our favorite days as we all get to come together as a group that has grown to really come together, grow, and love each other, learn from each other, and trust each other. And I love you girls. I think do we have all, other than Mike? I think we have all females with us today. Um, so it's really become such an important part of my life, and I know so many of your guys' lives as well. So I just can't thank you enough for being here on Tuesday, every Tuesday. Today, Mike's gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about some company corporate updates, some different things that are going on behind the scenes, but the pools, right? The manager, the director pools. How do people get in it? How do they get paid? How do they get the most out of these pools? He's got a little bit of time afterwards to answer any questions. So make sure to write down any questions that you have. But this is the time for us to get our people paid because they are rank advancing, they're enrolling, they're doing all the different things to get the points on their leader in action form to be a part of these pools. I mean, it's so exciting. I've been bringing back people. They've been in our product group. Lots of team members are just catching on and they're excited to be a part of this. And then they're sharing it with their friends and family. We're rank advancing people in the same day. This could be more of an exciting time of what Isagenix has brought out to us. So thank you so much, Isagenix. Thank you, Mike. Mike, we just adore you. And I think you know that because a lot of us tell you that on a regular basis, but we truly, truly adore you. You take such great care of us. And from the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate every single thing you do. There is no time frame on what you give to us. You're always there. You answer quickly. When we bring our problems to you, you take care of them. And no one else has done anything like that for us. And so we appreciate you so very much. I hope you know how much we care for you. But Mike is going to share with us all about the pools and how we can get people paid. Mike, thank you so much for today and every single thing you do for us.
Well, first of all, that was way too nice. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Super sweet. And then we also add that I don't care if you call me one of the girls. You know, I've got 4 sisters. And not only that, but my parents divorced when I was like 15. So I was really just raised by my mom. So I'm used to it. I'm used to being surrounded by the girls. So I'm good with that. But anyway, you guys, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Again, that intro was way too kind. But if there is anything I can do for you guys ever, please don't hesitate. I know most of you have my phone number, but if you don't, I want you to write it down right now. 801-592-5007. I'll repeat that, 801-592-5007. And maybe I'll put it in the chat a little bit later. But and once again, I oversee the Mountain region here at Isagenix. I'm the sales director, excuse me, for the Mountain region. But that doesn't mean that if you don't live in the Mountain region that I won't talk to you, because I'm happy to help anyone regardless of where you live. But yes, I can also put you in touch with your regional person that might be even more help than I am. So anyway, that being said, you guys, Stephanie did ask me to speak about the pools, which I'm actually super excited to speak about because I think there are a lot of people that haven't really dug into them enough and they don't recognize how much money is literally sitting there for the taking. And before I even start sharing my screen and show you guys some stuff, you got to understand that we just implemented some new pools. One of them is called the Executive to 4-star pool. One of them is called the 5-star and above pool. And the reason we implemented these new pools is because we felt like there just wasn't enough money in kind of those mid-range leadership ranks. Okay, now that might not even apply to you. You might be below that. That's totally fine too. There are pools for you as well. But I just want to throw that out there. This is what I love about this company. Isagenix already had a fantastic compensation plan. And I don't just say that, you guys. This is my 4th network marketing company that I've worked for. 4. So I feel like, even though I obviously don't know everything, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of how compensation plans work. I like to compare them against each other. I've worked with binary compensation plans before, which that's what Isagenix is. But I've also worked with unilevel compensation plans, unigenerational compensation plans, and this comp plan is really good. And it was really good before January, and they've simply added to it. So really exciting stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to walk through these different pools. Let me see here. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Bless my heart. Oh, it says the host has disabled participant screen sharing. Is that because you hate me, Stephanie? Is that why you disabled my ability to share?
That's exactly it. I like control, and you're trying to take it away.
Yeah, I figured.
There you go, Mike.
There we go. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Oh, it still says it's disabled. Hold on. Yeah, it still says the screen sharing is disabled. There we go. It's working now. We're good. All is well. Zion prospereth. Let's see. All right. Can you guys see my screen? I'm seeing some thumbs up. Great. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So, like I said, we're going to talk about the pools, but I'm also going to just touch really briefly on some of the other things that we're offering this month, even though they end in, what, 5 days? These first couple things, they end in 5 days, but you can still take advantage. They're not that hard to get still, even with 5 days left. Okay, so let me move this. I'm moving my videos to the bottom here. All right, so we have a couple of business promos that, like I said, we just launched them on December 28th. They're only available until January 24th, so that's 5 days away. But these are still just great opportunities to put a little extra cash in your pocket, especially if you're trying to make up for some, Christmas money that you spent that maybe you shouldn't have. Anyway, so first up, we have the share bonus. Okay, this is for you as an enroller, and it's really simple. If you enroll 2 people during that 1 month time frame that shows up at the top with 100 points or more, and you get them on lifestyle rewards, we're going to give you $50. Okay, really simple. 2 people, 100 BV plus, you're going to get $50. But if you up that to 3 people, and again, over 100 BV, and you get them on lifestyle rewards, we'll give you $100. Okay, very simple, very self-explanatory, but I just wanted to give you a quick reminder. I saw Stephanie Blackbird's hand go up. Did you have a question, Stephanie?
I do about this. So what if we enroll 6 people with lifestyle rewards?
As much as I hope you do, because we love you for it, it's just $50 or $100, regardless of how high you go. Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's not, it doesn't stack on
Right.
top.
It doesn't stack or double or anything. This is kind of just like an extra,
Right.
Here's a little extra
Hey,
money.
an extra 100, I'm happy.
I know, right? You can't complain about that. But keep in mind, it's also going to get you prepared to earn money in the pools and other things as well. But yes, for the share bonus, it maxes out at $100, which you're right. If it did stack, my goodness, people would be just swimming in the money this month because enrollments have been nuts with the college and everything. All right. The second piece, again, this is just for this month, is the Kickstart rewards. So the share bonus is for you as the enroller. The Kickstart rewards is for the new customer that you're enrolling, right? And like it says on the screen, anyone that enrolls with $200 or more and they sign up for lifestyle rewards, we're going to give them 10% off that order, and we're going to give them free shipping. So again, ends in 5 days, but really exciting stuff. And people can take advantage. So for 5 more days, let your customers know, or not your customers, but your potential people know if they enroll, they can take advantage of this deal. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there really quick because now I want to get into the really fun stuff, and that is the pools. And I got to admit, you guys, I was so excited when Stephanie said, Mike, I want you to focus mainly on the pools. And I sat there, sorry, I got to turn my phone off. I sat there and I started kind of putting together this PowerPoint, and I stole some slides from Aaron Wanger because he's trained on this stuff before. And when I first spoke to Stephanie, I said, I don't know, if this will take that long, and it still probably won't. But the more I got into it, the more I realized there are a lot of little details that are important for you to know. Now, I'll also preface this by saying, if you're not at a rank that applies to you with regards to these pools, right? If you're not at 5-star or above, so you don't care about the 5-star and above pool, then please don't try and rack your brain and confuse yourself. Focus on the pool that applies to you. The other stuff will come to you, I promise. But let's talk pools. Before I get into the detail of each individual pool, you first have to understand leader in action. You guys, this is something that was probably the first thing that was taught to me when I joined Isogenics back in March of last year. So I've been with the company now about 10 months, and they just hammered this into me as soon as I started. And I remember saying to Aaron, who's my boss, and I said, Aaron, why are we so obsessed with leader in action? Like, we talk about this so much. And really, it's pretty simple, you guys. If you look at this formula, it not only encourages action from you, right? You yourself, but it also encourages you to teach duplication in your team, which we all know is the key to success in any network marketing company, but especially here at Isogenics. So this leader in action formula, you guys, it is super, super important that you understand it inside and out, that you understand how it works, because so many of our promotions, if not all of them, revolve around the leader in action formula. So make sure you understand this. It's really simple. All right. So you've got your personal enrollments. You're going to get points every time you personally enroll someone with at least 100 BV or more. You're going to get points every time your personally enrolled people enroll someone, and that's called your 2 PET enrollment points. You're going to get points every time your personally enrolled people advance to a new rank, and you're going to get points every time you maintain a rank. Okay, so just to kind of go into a little more detail, here are the point values. So like I said, it really kind of breaks down into 4 categories. There's 2 in the enrollment category: personal rank advancements, and the active weeks at your rank. So every time you enroll somebody, you're going to get a point for that person. And every time those people enroll somebody, you're going to get 2 points for a max of 20 points each month. What that means is you can't just tell all your people you've already enrolled, go do all the work for me. You've got to do some of that work too, which again, I love, because it encourages people to not just tell their team what to do, but for them to also be doing those same actions. So again, 1 point for personal enrollments, 2 points for every time your personally enrolled people enroll someone. You're going to get 2, 6, 8, or 10 points every time somebody advances in rank. And of course, you're going to get points either 1, 2, or 4 if you maintain rank, right? So I have to keep moving these. Let me move these guys. Sorry. I've got my videos of everybody right here, and they keep getting in the way of my screen. Anyway, before I continue, does everybody kind of understand how leader in action works and how the points are tallied? Do we have any questions there? Are we feeling pretty good?
Mike, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So the active weeks points, what happens when a person works through the ranks during a week? Like, there's so many people that are going for manager right now, and we've had some questions come up, if they hit that while we've got this crazy promo going, which they should be doing. But what happens with active week points?
You mean if they rank advance with regards to the pools?
Yeah. So if people rank advance by Sunday, then how many weeks do they get to count that they were active? I mean, would it be all 4 for the next 4-4-5 calendar, or what happens if a person rank advances during a 4-4-5 calendar? How does that change?
Hold that thought, Sybil. That's a great question. Hold that thought, because I think I might have the answer in some of these upcoming slides, but if I don't, remind me at the end and we'll see if we can capture that. But that's a great question. Yeah, keep that in mind. That's a great question. So
and on that same note, if they drop rank by chance, if they go from executive back to director, for example, in the middle of that.
Yeah, great question. Let me go through this, because that's such a good question. And if we don't answer it, let's see if we can tackle it at the end. Okay. And I will tell you guys this also. I'm going to kind of walk through some of those scenarios that I think you're referring to. And if we get to the end, they're still not answered, obviously let me know and we'll try and answer them. But I'll tell you this much right now. There are some complexities to this stuff, right? And there are some situations where even I don't know the answer, your upline might not know the answer, but I'll get it, I promise. But I think we're going to answer that anyway in the presentation. So hang on to that thought. So, but let's keep moving. So this is the leader in action formula. And again, the reason the company talks about it so much is because it encourages the right behaviors, and so many of our promotions are built around this. So let me go ahead and click this. Let's move to the next screen. So here's an example as to how we add up these points. So it goes by week. So you see at the top, you see the week of May 3rd, right? And every commission week goes from Monday at basically 12:01 a.m. through the following Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So that's a commission week, right? So this week would be starting on May 3rd, or excuse me, ending on May 3rd. For that first commission week, you got 2 personal enrollments. So that means you got 2 points there. One of your personally enrolled people enrolled someone, so you got another 2 points. You had somebody rank advance, and you got a point for maintaining rank at, I believe that's manager, right? So you add all those points together. The next week, same thing. You add all those points together. The third week, which is the week ending in May 17th, you add those points together. Anyway, at the end of the month, you put all your points together and you say, okay, I've earned 39 total points. But that might be different if you're looking at pool share values. Okay, now some of you might be like, what? How is that different? I'm going to get into it. Don't worry. I just wanted to show you this quick example so you kind of have a visual as to how we add up the points and how that works. So sit tight. Let's move to the next screen. Before we walk into the, or explain some of the pools though, a couple of important notes. Number one, like I said before, all of your enrollments, in order to be counted towards the leader in action formula, they have to be at least 100 BV or more, okay? You must have at least 1 point in each of the 4 categories at the end of the month. So if you remember, there's 4 categories, right? 1 PET, 2 PET, personally enrolled rank advancement, and active week points. You have to have 1 point in every category. Notice on the 3rd week, there's just a dash. There wasn't a point that week in the 1 PET personal enrollments. That's okay, because you did have a point in a different week during that commission month. Does that make sense? So you do have to make sure you have 1 point in every category in order to be eligible, okay? Leader in action and anything that uses the leader in action formula runs on the commission month calendar. You guys, I hope you were paying attention to that bullet point. Since I have been at Isagenix, I cannot tell you how many times people have called me and they've misunderstood the way some bonus works because they don't understand what a commission month is. And to be totally honest, I wish we didn't do anything based on calendar months, that it was only based on commission months or vice versa. I don't like that we have both, but just understand this. Commission months are the most important thing you should be paying attention to. It's not the same as a calendar month. I'll show you what they are in just a second. And last but not least, you actually have your own leader in action report. It's in your back office under reports and then go to recognition. All right, so you can find that there, but we won't get into details there. But you guys, these are the commission month. Excuse me. These are the commission months, okay? So again, it doesn't go January 1st to January 31st. They're a little bit different, okay? And that's because we go on a Monday to Sunday schedule, so it doesn't always line up perfectly with the calendar month, okay? So for example, December, like I just showed you a minute ago, we have a couple of fun promotions going during the January commission month, but you notice that it ends on January 24th. And that's because January 24th is the end of the commission month. Everybody following me there? And this commission month calendar, you guys, you can find this all over the place. If you go to isagenixbusiness.com and look up any of the pools, go to the Q&A section at the bottom. And one of the things that is in the Q&A on, I believe, every single pool, it says, what are the commission months? You can click on that. It'll pull up the calendar for you. So again, if I was everybody, I would print this off. I would stick it on my bulletin board or in my office or whatever, so that I remember the dates, because they're super important when you're trying to push for these pools and many other promotions.
Hey,
Okay?
Mike, just a quick question.
Yeah.
This is Mary.
Hi, Mary.
So it's titled, hi there, it's titled 2020
I
Commission
know,
Month Calendar.
it's some
Okay,
stupid thing they need to fix.
okay.
agree.
I just wanted to
learned
make
that
sure.
this morning.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, 2020 commission calendar, even though the only time it says 2020 is December 28th. Everything else is 2021. So they need to fix that, but you're right. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, because I was going to send a note to marketing about that. So yeah, that's commission months, you guys. You have to pay attention to that. One of the things that people always forget is, especially with the executive lifestyle bonus, that's also based on the commission month calendar. And people forget that it's based on the commission month calendar. And then they freak out when they miss the bonus because they were not paying attention to the commission months. So keep that in mind. I just can't pound that into your head enough. All right, now we get to do the fun stuff. Okay. This is going to look like a lot of words, you guys, but that's why I'm doing it like line by line, because it's really pretty simple when you break it down. Okay. I promise it's not that complicated if you just break it down and understand the numbers. And also realize, you guys, I don't expect you to be writing furiously to keep up with this, because anybody that wants this PowerPoint, just let me know. I'll send it to you after. Okay. This is super easy to understand. And I'd rather you're kind of with me understanding it here rather than furiously trying to write notes and not picking anything up. So anyway, we have something called the manager pool and the director pool. And I've kind of combined these together when explaining them because they're pretty much explained in the exact same way. The biggest difference is you can earn up to $1,000 a month in the manager pool. That's where it maxes out. And again, that's per month. And you can earn up to $2,500 per month in the director pool. That's where that maxes out. Okay. So let's break it down and try to understand how you can earn money in these pools. So here's how it works. There is $75,000 that the company puts into the manager pool, and there is $75,000 that the company puts into the director pool, okay? And this is to be divided up amongst anyone that earns it. To qualify for these pools, you have to do the following. Number one, you have to earn points in all the leader in action categories. That's to even be eligible. If you miss one of the categories, let's say you go an entire month and don't enroll a single person, then you're not eligible. Okay, you have to earn a point in every single category. And there's 4 categories like we talked about. You also have to be paid as manager or director for just 1 week out of the month. So you can have zeros in 3 of the 4 weeks or 4 of the 5 weeks, depending on whatever month you're looking at. But you have to have hit one of these ranks at least 1 week in the month, okay? Now, the number of leader in action points you earn are the number of shares you get in the pool. So if we go back to that earlier example, I think it showed that there were like 39 or 35 shares or points that you earned that month. If you're eligible for the pools, that would mean you earned 35 shares in that pool, right? Depending on what pool you're trying to get in. Obviously, if you're a manager, you're not trying to get shares in the director pool because you're not there yet, all right? So just keep that in mind. Anyway, so the number of LIA points you get are the number of shares you get in the pool. Now, the value of each share is determined by how many total points were earned by everybody in the company that's participating in that pool. So all the other managers that are participating, let's say there's 40 other managers in the company that are trying to participate in the manager pool, and they all got X number of points. Well, you add up all their points together plus all the points that you earned. That's how you determine the number of shares in the pool. Oh, someone's in the waiting room. I just admitted them for you. You're welcome. Anyway, you guys, so let's say Mary Cahill, actually, let me just go straight to the example. It'd be easier. Okay, so here's the example. So this month you earned 40 leader in action points, right? And let's assume in this example that you are a manager, right? You're trying to participate in the manager pool, okay? And you've never participated before because keep in mind, for these pools, you can only earn it for 3 consecutive months. That's one thing I pulled up on the screen, but I didn't talk about. So you can earn the manager pool and the director pool for 3 consecutive months. But as soon as you earn it the first time, your clock starts ticking. So if I qualify and I earn the manager pool in January for the very first time, right? Because I just hit the rank of manager and I met the requirements, I just hit it for the very first time. Well, I can only earn that now for that month of January, the month of February, and the month of March. So you can only earn the manager pool and the director pool for 3 consecutive months. And as soon as you hit it the first time, your clock starts ticking. And that's because we want to encourage you to do a couple things. Number one, maintain that rank, right? So you earn it for 3 months in a row. But number two, don't get complacent. Once you hit manager and start earning those pools, that's great, but we don't want you to stay there for the next 12, 18, 24 months. After 3 months, we want you to keep pushing, right? And get to director, maybe hopefully even before the 3 months. And I'll give you an example of that here in just a minute. So anyway, back to the example. So let's say you earn 40 leader in action points this month in the manager pool, okay? That's great, way to go. This is the first time you've ever earned it or been eligible to earn it, so you're excited. Now you look at all the other people that are also trying to earn in the manager pool this month, and let's say all of them together earned a collective 4,960 points. Okay, everybody following me so far? Hopefully. Okay, so everyone else that's pushing for the manager pool earned 4,960. You add that 4,960 to your 40 points that you also earned. That means there's 5,000 total leader in action points that are eligible in this manager pool, okay? And like I said, how much is in the manager pool? $75,000, right? So you take that $75,000 and you divide it by those 5,000 shares that other managers have earned in the company. Well, guess what? That's how you determine the value of each share. So you take that $75,000, you divide it by 5,000 shares, that's $15 a share. And if you earn 40 of those shares, you just times that $15 by 40 shares. And that means that's $600 for you. Does that make sense, you guys? I know it's a lot of words and a lot of talking, but if you break it down, it's actually pretty simple. The value of the shares is just dependent on how many people are actually qualified, how many shares are being earned by other managers or other directors in the company. Now, back to the top of this screen, if you're a manager, the most you can earn per month in the manager pool is $1,000. If you're a director, the most you can earn per month in the director pool is $2,500. Okay? So again, they're both determined the same way. Both pools are worth $75,000. Typically, people earn more in the director pools. And guess why? Because there's not as many directors that are qualifying, right? It's harder to get to the rank of director, which means there's not as many people there, which means your share value is higher. All right. Let me share something else with you. I love this, you guys. This got me so excited when I looked at some of these numbers. So like I just mentioned, regarding the manager and director pool share values, and I put a special note here, which I just said this, the fewer people that earn shares, the higher the amount of each share. And to kind of show you that, here are the share values last year. So in August, it was $31 for managers per share. These are the share values. And it was $53 for directors. Okay. September was similar. But guess what? December, and let me ask you this. Do you guys think December is a super popular month to be building your business? Not really, right? People are distracted. They've got the holidays coming. They're out shopping. They're just not building their business as much. And I get that. But I'm always telling people, if you want to take advantage of the pools, the holiday months are the best because not that many people are doing it, which means the share values are way up, right? If I just had this visual on the screen before, but if you've got a pie, right, sitting in front of you, and you only have to share it with 2 other people, how big is your piece of pie going to be? Pretty freaking big. But if you're sharing it with 10 other people, how big is your piece of pie going to be? Pretty small. It's going to be a sliver, right? Well, guess what? In December, look how much higher the pool share values were. $54 for managers. This is per share. So if you earn 40 shares, here, let me do the math real fast. If you would have gotten 40 shares in the manager pool, and each share is worth $54 instead of $15, like the example we just showed, you would have earned $2,160. Granted, that's capped out, so you would have only earned 1,000. But the point is, it's a lot easier to get to 1,000 when not as many people are participating. And it's the same with the director pool. You guys, both pools basically doubled because half of the people were working. Basically what it comes down to. And guess what? That hasn't stopped just because December is over. January and February, and this goes across the board for the majority of, all network marketing companies. Every single one that I've worked at. November, December, January, February, these months are always slow. These months are always slow because people are still kind of in that holiday mood. Maybe the weather's not as good, so they're not going out as much. They've spent money already, so they're not, I don't know. There's just so many different reasons why people don't build as much during these months. It's going to be the same this year and moving forward. So take advantage of that, you guys. And here's the best news ever. They just reset the pools. So if right now this is what you got to understand. If right now you are a recognition rank of manager or director, you can participate in these pools again. So even if you've earned in them in the past, if you're a recognition rank of manager or director, you can participate in these tools all over again. And you can do it for 3 consecutive months. Now, let me explain what I mean by recognition rank, okay? Because some people have a hard time with this. Recognition rank means the highest rank you've ever achieved. So if the highest rank you've ever achieved is manager, manager is your recognition rank, okay? So even if you're technically, you're only getting paid as a consultant right now, you're no longer manager, your recognition rank is still manager. So if you can get back up to manager, you can start participating in these pools again, and you can do that clear through June 27th. And it's the same for directors. Everybody understand that? Any questions there before I continue?
I do, Mike. What about executives? If you were paid as executive and you are now just active as a director?
So you can't play in these pools because that's not your recognition rank.
Right.
Your recognition rank would be executive, but you can obviously participate in the new executive pool, which I'm going to explain here in a second.
Fantastic.
Great
Thank
question,
you.
Janine. Any other questions on that though, you guys? Are you with me? All right, great. How are we doing on time, Stephanie? I don't want to take too much, but
Perfect. You have 25 more minutes.
okay, good. Okay, I'm going to try and cruise. I see I'm already taking longer than I planned because there's so many little details. But anyway, you guys, this is good stuff. I hope it's not going over your head. I hope I'm not totally confusing you. But anyway, they just reset the pools. Take advantage, you guys. Take advantage. Now is the time, especially with the collagen and all these other exciting new pieces. Now is the time to take advantage of these resets. Okay. So let's keep moving. Let's see. I gotta move my buttons here again. So this, I think, might answer some of your questions about what happens when you rank advance. Okay. So let's say, and I'm giving this example because this is exactly what happened to somebody just last month in December. In December, they were director for, they were manager for the first 2 weeks of the month, of the commission month. And then they went to director for the final 2 weeks. And that's why on that right-hand side, you can see that they had 1 point for the first 2 weeks and 2 points for the next. That's because they advanced in rank, right? So if you're looking at, let's assume these are your points for the commission month of December, or I guess May, sorry, that's what it says on the side. So for the commission month of May, these are your points. So you want to know how many shares do I get in the manager pool? And how many shares am I going to get in the director pool? Now, this is what's really cool about advancing in rank, which I didn't even understand this that well until about a week ago. And I said, wow, that's crazy. That's basically like counting the same points twice. So let me explain what I mean by that. So the way it works, when you're looking at your points, and by the way, you can download this worksheet, go to isogenicsbusiness.com, leader in action stuff. You can download these worksheets to kind of get a better understanding of how it works. But anyway, let's say these are your points in May. The way that it's easiest to understand how many shares you earn is you say, okay, first you add up the first 3 columns, right? So you got your 1 PET, so your personal enrollments, you got your 2 PET, and then you've got your personally enrolled rank advancements. So you add up those 3 columns. And if you add up those 3 numbers on the bottom right now, we're at, let's see, 16, 28, you're at 33 points. Okay. And then they say, after you've added up those 3, then add up your manager points, right? The weeks that you were paid as manager. Well, in this example, you were paid as manager the first 2 weeks of the month. So you'd take your 33 points that you've earned in the first 3 columns and you'd add 2 more because those are the 2 weeks you got paid as manager. That means you got 35 shares in the manager pool during the month of May. But guess what? You advanced in rank. So once you advance in rank, right, once you go up to director, you can't go back and play in the manager pool, right? Now you can only play in the director pool. And the idea is to keep climbing. Well, we don't want to punish you, obviously, for advancing in rank, right? We want you to advance in rank as fast as you possibly can. And we're willing to throw money at you for doing it because it's a good thing. It means you're helping tons of people and you're building your team. So this is what I love about Isogenics. If you advance in rank mid-month, look what happens. So your manager pool is 35 shares. Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong button. My bad. But now let's look at director pool. You guys, this is the same month, okay? So we're not looking at the next month or anything. We're looking at the same month. So you'd add up these points the same way. You'd add the first column, the second column, and the third. Like I said, you're at 33 points. And then you now add in your director pool points, right? Or not director pool, but your weeks at active rank director. So for the final 2 weeks of the month, you hit director twice, and that's 2 points each time. You add all those together. Now you're at 37 shares for the director pool. So for the month of May, you earn 35 points in the manager pool, and you earn 37 points in the director pool. So you get to play in both pools. And guess what? That 5, 12, and 16 on the bottom, you got to count those same points for both pools because we want to reward you for advancing in rank in the same month. I don't know if a lot of people understand that. Like I said, I didn't understand that till about a week ago. I assumed you only got the points for the first 2 weeks for manager and the last 2 weeks for director. That's not the case. You actually get to count the same points twice, and you get to take shares from that. So like I was saying a minute ago, we had a girl that did almost exactly this in the month of December. She was just crushing it. She said, whatever holidays, I'm going to keep building. She hit manager the first 2 weeks, hit director the second 2 weeks. And guess what? Because not a lot of people are building in these months, she easily maxed out both of the pools. So she made $1,000 in the manager pool, $2,500 in director pool, $3,500 just in the pools in December. Isn't that amazing? Like, I was talking to her upline yesterday and she said, Mike, she just called me. She got her check and she just started crying. She was so excited. She couldn't believe it. And she called me and she said, is that right? Is that accurate? I said, yeah, that's right. She crushed it. And she gets to count those same points twice, basically. Any questions on this piece? Feeling pretty good about it?
No questions right now, but so I think it would work in reverse too if they dropped from director to manager. Same theory applies. I guess that's
same theory as far as.
So let's
are
say
you,
they
are
were
you
for the
asking
first
like if they were a
week,
manager for the first 2 weeks, hit director, and then drop back down to manager?
no, they were director the first 2 weeks and dropped down to manager for 2 weeks.
I guess it depends, because if they had, well, let me think here. Sorry, that's a good question. If they
Mike, step in.
if they had rank advanced to director, so let's say in this example we're seeing on the screen, if the first 2 weeks they were director and then they dropped, they would still be able to count all of their points for the first 3 columns and their 2 director week points, but they wouldn't count the manager rank points because they've already passed that. So they would only count their director points. So that would really only mean they missed out on 2 points. Does that make sense? But because they're past manager already, they would not be able to participate in both pools. It's only on your way up, not kind of on your way back down. Does that make sense? It's a great question, Stephanie.
You know what? This is probably, in all transparency, I've never really quite understood this because I've never gotten to play in any of the pools. That's not
well, now you do.
a long time. This has been one of the clearest, best explanations. So thank you.
Good, because I feel like I'm confusing everyone with all these words, but okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. All right, great. But does this make sense, you guys? Like, again, it's only on your way up. If you hit director, you can't come back down and start counting manager points if you drop, but you can do both on your way up if you happen to do it. Okay, following me on that? All right, so let's keep going because I know we're running short on time and I told Stephanie I would be quick and I'm a freaking liar. So let me move this. Okay. So now we got to talk about the executive to 4-star leadership pool, which is brand spanking new. At the beginning of this presentation, I told you guys that Isagenix wanted to kind of supplement the comp plan and put more money into those kind of mid-level leadership ranks. I hate to say mid-level because a lot of these are pretty big leaders, but they just wanted to, kind of inject some more money in these areas. These are brand new and they're freaking awesome. And I've never seen anything like it in any network marketing company I've worked with or even seen in a compensation plan. These are amazing, you guys. So the executive to 4-star leadership pool, obviously that's referring to your rank. If you rank anywhere from executive clear up to 4-star, you can participate in this pool. And what that means is you have the opportunity to earn up to an extra $5,000 a month just in this pool. And it's super similar to how everything else works that we just talked about. So instead of $75,000 going into the pool, right, like the manager and director pools, we're actually taking $200,000 and putting that in the pool. And in order to qualify, this is what you have to do, okay? So first of all, it is going to be harder. I'll tell you that straight up. It's harder to participate in these pools, but that's because there's a lot more money to be earned. So we want you to work for it. That being said, it's also not impossible. Right? So the first thing it says is you have to earn at least 40 leader in action points and at least 1 point in each category to qualify. Guess what? So far, just in January, just because there's so much excitement right now with the collagen and a number of other things and all these different specials. So far, just in January, I think the average leader in action point earner, that someone that's actually engaged in building, is 42 points. So most people have already earned 42 points and we're 19 days in. The month isn't even over. So yeah, you have to work for it, but 40 leader in action points, certainly not impossible. All right. You also have to be paid as executive for 3 weeks out of the month to qualify. Okay. So on the other pools, we just said, hey, you know what? To qualify for the manager pool, you just got to hit it once. But for this one, you have to hit it 3 out of 4 weeks or 3 out of 5 weeks if it's a 5-week month. Okay. So you have to be paid as executive for 3 weeks out of the month. So those are the 2 qualifications. Now, the number of leader in action points you earn are the number of shares you get in the pool. Like I said, just like the manager and director pools, everything is based on leader in action. So the number of leader in action points you have, that's going to determine how many shares you get in the pool. And the math to determine share value is very similar. Okay. You take that $200,000 that's in the pool, you look at all of the leader in action points earned by people that are eligible for this pool, and you take that 200,000, you divide it by those leader in action points. So again, quick example. Oh, and by the way, this is only for 6 months. Okay. This is starting on December 28th, right? Almost a month ago through June 27th. But unlike the other ones, it's not just 3 months you can earn it. You can earn it the whole time if you're qualifying. So for the next 6 months, you have an opportunity, if you're within these ranks and if you're eligible, to earn an extra $5,000 a month just in this pool. Okay. Now, I just have to throw this in there one more time. If you're not executive or above, then just ignore me right now. This does not matter. Focus on the manager pool or director pool or whatever, situation you're currently in. But back to this. So an example of how to earn this. Let's say, again, you earned 40 leader in action points. So you just made it, right? You just qualified. You got 1 point in each category and you made 40 total points. You hit executive 3 weeks out of the month. Well, you look at all the other associates that earn points. Let's say in this example, there's out of all the other executives that are pushing for this pool, there's 3,960 points out there, right? So you take those 3,960, you add in your 40, and there's 4,000 total LIA points eligible for this pool. So you take that $200,000, you divide it by those 4,000 LIA points, and that's $50 a share. So if you had 40 shares, like I said before, and each share is worth $50, that's $2,000 for you. Okay. So again, you can earn up to 5,000, but in this example, you earn $2,000. You guys, this is money that just was not available before. And I can't tell you how many people they're already earning this, right? They'll already qualify for this, or they're really close. And Isagenix is saying, hey, push yourself a little bit harder. You can make a good chunk of extra money for this. And what about the timing? We just got done with Christmas, right? There's still so many people out of work, due to the virus, things like that. It's great timing, you guys, to earn some extra money. Okay. I love Isagenix. I think the comp plan stuff is amazing. I think this opportunity is just fantastic for all of you guys that are kind of in this range. And keep in mind, this isn't replacing the executive lifestyle bonus, right? For those of you that are already earning the executive lifestyle bonus, or at least trying to every month, well, guess what? That's still there. That's $750 you can earn every single month. And in addition to that, you now have this pool as well. So that's the executive to 4-star leadership pool. Any questions about this one? Feeling good? Okay.
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So you have to be, I understand you have to be paid as executive, but you don't have to be paid as your recognition rank, right?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, like if you're higher than executive?
No, I mean executive, but how many times a week you're cycling isn't relevant, right? Like if you're a 5-star but getting paid as a 4-star or a 3-star, as long as you're executive.
Well, it's based on your if you've hit 5-star before, you're not eligible for this one. You're eligible for the next one I'm about to explain, which is the 5-star and above. So this is for recognition rank. So if you've ever hit executive or above, this executive to 4-star, this one's for you.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be paid as 4-star if you hit 4-star. You just have to be paid as executive.
Right. The way I'm going to confirm that, but the way I understand it is, let's say you've hit 3-star in the past, so that's your recognition rank. But right now you're getting paid at 2-star. As long as you hit these requirements, you can earn in this pool. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going on to the next pool?
Yeah.
Okay, a question, please, for the paid as executive. I know there are a lot of people, myself included, who got back to paid as executive after falling out for a little bit, got back to paid as executive with collagen, but that will not take us to 3 weeks then paid as, depending on when it happened.
You're sorry.
I'm getting, sorry, Mike.
Oh, I lost you. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Hi.
Sorry. What is your question? I missed it.
So Collagen was launched Friday, January 8th. I'm looking at the calendar. Friday, it was launched Friday 8th. So somebody who got back to paid as executive that weekend, are they eligible for this pool?
No.
I have a few people asking. I'm going to say no, because that they wouldn't be paid as exec till the following Monday, which would be 2 weeks, not 3 weeks. Is that
Right.
correct?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Okay,
That's
thank
what,
you.
That's what I'm seeing on my end too. But they could qualify next month if they can maintain that, right? So
Yes,
but
yes.
yes, you're
yes.
right.
Thank you. I was just making sure according to the calendar that was accurate. Thank
Yep. At a glance at the calendar, I believe you're correct, but yes, but great question. Okay, so that's the executive 4-star. Sorry, guys. I know Stephanie's probably hating me right now. I'm trying to hurry. I won't go through a complete breakdown because it'll be, you guys have already seen this. But again, very similar to manager director pools. You add up those first three columns, and then you look at the last column, which is the active rank column, right? You say, oh, the first week, I hit director. I didn't hit executive, but I did hit it for the next 3 weeks. So I did qualify. Right? So I did qualify for the executive pool. These are how many shares I would get, right? You see on the bottom right, you guys, do you understand why it says 47 total points, but only 45 shares, right? And the reason those numbers are different is because those 2 points don't count towards your executive pool shared because you weren't executive that week. The other 3 columns do count. It's just the active week column. It only counts if you're at that rank. Does that make sense? When I first saw this, it was a little bit confusing to me. I had to have Aaron explain it to me, but that's what that means. That's why it says 47, but in reality, you only get 45 shares because you were director that first week. But anyway, okay, last one. I'm trying to hurry. So, and again, a lot of you are probably not quite to 5-star yet, but still great information to know because my goodness, there are opportunities for you that are just unbelievable. Okay, so this is also brand spanking new. It was just launched. And this bonus says you can earn up to $25,000 per month. Extra. This is extra. This is on top of all the other money you're earning, right? $25,000 per month. And the reason I love this bonus is because no matter what network marketing company you work for, once you get to a certain size, there's only so much you personally have time to do, right? Like once your organization is huge, you don't really have as much time anymore to go out and enroll people yourself and work only with your personally enrolled people, right? You tend to spend a lot of time working 5, 10, 15, 20 levels deep. And Isogenics said, you know what? You still deserve to be rewarded for that, right? We still want you to participate in the leader in action stuff, right? We do still want you to continue enrolling. We do still want you to work with those personally enrolled people, but also we want to reward you for working deep, right? And giving you that money for working in depth. So that's what this bonus is all about. So let me explain how it works. So this bonus is different than the other pools, okay? This isn't so much a pool as you just get paid a certain amount for every person you help. So what it says is you earn $125 for every single person within your 32 PET who earns a minimum of 20 leader in action points. So again, it all goes back to the leader in action formula. So what that's saying is, hey, you know what? If you just teach the crap, sorry for my French here, but if you teach the crap out of the leader in action formula to your team, we're going to give you $125 for every single person that earns at least 20 leader in action points. Pretty simple, right? And here's the thing. You can earn, well, I'll get to that in a second actually, but to qualify for this bonus, you need at least 40 leader in action points yourself, right? So again, this is similar to the last bonus. You have to, earn 40 leader in action points yourself with 1 point from each category, and you have to be qualified for the executive lifestyle bonus. So I mentioned that a second ago, you guys. The executive lifestyle bonus, that's currently available for all executives and above. As long as they maintain that rank, get a couple of enrollments, and stay active, they can earn that bonus. So you do have to be qualified. So what we're saying is you have to be earning $750 a month in that bonus to even qualify for this one. And you also have to get 40 leader in action points every month. And like the 4-star bonus or executive 4-star bonus, you can earn this one for 6 months from December 28th to June 27th. Okay. Now I will tell you guys a secret. Well, it's not a secret. It's an assumption that I have because I honestly don't know. If this goes well, if this pays out how we're hoping it pays out, if it generates the excitement in sales and just whatever, I would not be surprised if this was extended or maybe even possibly put into, to become a permanent piece of the compensation plan, which I would love. I love these pieces. I think it is supplementing so well and getting people excited. But anyway, let me break down how this works. So these are the number of people that you can earn $125 bonus on. So it's not unlimited per level. You have a certain number of people you can earn on per level as you go down into your organization, right? So in your 1 to 4 PET, so your personally enrolled people, they're personally enrolled, and they're personally enrolled. I think I did the math there correctly. Anyway, in your first 4 levels, you can earn $125 on up to 20 people. And again, those 20 people have to earn 20 leader in action points. And if they do, you'll get $125 per person. Okay. That's how many people you can earn on in those first 4 levels. In your next level, which is your 5 to 8 PET, you can earn on up to 40 people. And again, that's $125 per person. On your next circle, your 9 to 16 PET, you can earn on 60 people. And all the way down to 32 PET, from the levels of 17 to 32, you can earn on 80 people. Now, one thing to note, you guys, if you're at these higher ranks, you don't have to first, so let's say you're looking at the 1 to 4 PET, you can earn on up to 20 people. You don't have to earn on 20 people before you can unlock that next level and start earning on the 40. Doesn't matter, right? You might earn on 5 people in that 1 to 4 PET, 10 people on the 5 to 8, 8 people on the 9 to 16, right? So you don't have to like completely fill it out before you can unlock that next level, if that makes sense. That's just something to keep in mind. So to give you an example as to how the math would work, if you earned on all 20 people in your first to 4th levels of PET, you'd get $2,500. Your next level, if you earned on 40, you get $5,000. Your next level on 60, you get $7,500. Your next level on 80, you get $10,000. Okay. So again, I know a lot of this, some of you guys are looking at this like, whatever, this is way above my head, way above my pay grade. But the cool thing about it is that it's there. And once you get there, hopefully it'll still be around and you can take advantage of this. It's just crazy. So another example, and then I'll stop talking. Let's say that Stephanie qualifies for this bonus with her 40 leader in action points this month. Like I said, you have to have at least 40 leader in action points. Now, let's say 105 people, that's total, right? So like it shows on the screen, 8 people in the first level, 23 in the next, 44 in the next, 30 in the next, 105 people total in her 32 PET had a minimum of 20 leader in action points because Stephanie just did a heck of a job training her team, right? Teaching them all about leader in action, and 105 people got at least 20 points this month. Well, guess what? She would earn a bonus. This isn't a total check, a bonus of $13,125. If that's not exciting to you, even as a big leader, even if I'm making $200,000 a year with Isogenics, that is freaking exciting. That is extra money that I can push for, and it keeps me motivated and encourages me to continue building. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to stop there because I know we're running low on time. I was just going to quickly at the end go over the executive lifestyle bonus, but I kind of already mentioned that. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to turn it back to Stephanie and see if we have any questions. I'm sorry, Stephanie, I tried to hurry.
Oh, we did have a couple questions, and thank you. Huge kudos for you. Lots of notes being said throughout. This was the clearest, best example of the leader pool. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this. Michelle had a question for the 5-star. Do you have to be at this level before June 27th in order to take advantage of that?
As of right now, yes.
Okay.
And again, I wouldn't be surprised if that changes and it's extended or eventually put into permanent situation, but as of right now, yes.
But we don't know. We don't know. All right. I had a couple questions. Is there any way that we can have Isogenics help notify our people that they have earned it other than their paycheck? or doing their leader in action form, can they get any kind of
That they have
confirmation?
earned what? Just any of the pool
Any,
members? Or?
yeah, any of the pools. That their time has started to tick.
That is a great question. So there's nothing like that right now. What about in the back office? Isn't there some
I
kind
don't
of
even
thing?
know of
that they
one.
can-
And I was going to ask if there was any kind of notification to an upline either. I haven't seen that.
Not that I'm aware, but that is a great question. We should have that.
Because if their
There's
time
been-
starts to
I
click
know
at
there's-
3 months, then, you know, that's.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let me look into that more. They're doing so many changes right now at the back office with the website that I wouldn't be surprised if something is in the works, but let me look into that and I can get back to you. That's a great.
Right. And with our 5-star bonus going down to the 32 PET at this point in time, there could be someone way down there that we're not familiar with that
Oh,
caught
totally.
on and is doing it by themselves, or maybe with one other person that we could then help and assist.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. And what is the best way to find out the share amounts? I never seem to find out about them until it just kind of pops up.
So it's funny. I keep getting that question too. I wish there was a spot that it just showed you. Here's the thing. You don't get paid. God, what is the rule? You don't get paid the share amounts until whatever Monday is closest, I think, to the 15th every month. So we usually don't know until right before they're posted. So I guess the best way to find out is to just message me, because I'm constantly checking throughout the month to see, okay, have they configured this yet? Because there's so much math that has to go into it, right? They have to wait for the month to end, and then they have to see how many people qualified, were there any compliance issues, were all these different issues. But I don't think there's a way for you guys to see that on your end until it's just paid, which is kind of dumb. I agree, but anyway, I don't know. I don't think there is right now. I'm hoping that too is something they add later, but in the meantime, like I said, my phone number is for you to text me and I'll try and figure it out for you.
So usually the best time to know that share amount would be like the second week.
Yeah, we never know. Same with like who's going to earn the executive lifestyle bonus. All of these and all of the pool money stuff, you don't learn until about 2 weeks into the month, after the next month. So
Right.
yeah, but you can ask me and I can try to get you an answer as soon as I have it. But usually I don't have it until 2 weeks in.
All right. Well, that's good. We appreciate that. Sybil brought up a good point. If maybe the leader in action forms could be in the penny as something that we can view and also mark.
Or in it, just the points for the month. Everybody wants to know where they are. And I was just asking about navigating in our reports, how to know where we fall in that 5-star, because that's so many levels deep. And I know that they mentioned that there was going to be some new reports, but I haven't seen anything yet.
I don't think they're all uploaded yet, Sybil, which I'm not sure if that one exactly will be, but I don't think they're finished yet. I heard a number of things yesterday that some people had in their back office, others didn't. So I don't think they're totally finished and completed, but I'll ask. That's another good question. I mean, be it total transparency, you guys, I think all of us would agree on the sales team. Aaron Wangert is kind of like the data master. He's a total geek when it comes to this stuff, and rightfully so. He's good at it. We all admit that we're lacking a little bit in some of the reports because it would make it a lot easier. Most of the stuff you can find, but you have to dig, and it's just kind of annoying. And anyway, I agree. I'll try and get you an update on that, Sybil. Will you shoot me a text actually, so I don't forget? That'd be great. Thanks.
Great, thank you. And then Stephanie Blackbird has another question.
I have a question. Do we come to you if we're kind of getting nowhere with getting current reports fixed? I've been asking for months and months and months. I have errors in my reports, like where they're saying right side when they're on the left side, and two reports pull completely wrong, like non-renewed. It says I have 0 non-renewed, which trust me, I have hundreds. So
Yeah.
I've been at it for months and keep saying, yeah, we're looking into it, but nothing ever happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot me a note, Stephanie, and I can shoot a note over to Jeff Scott. He kind of oversees the IT team and the marketing side of the IT stuff. But shoot me a note and I can get in touch with him for you and try and figure that out.
Thank you.
Yep.
Great. All right. Well, thank you, Mike. This has been an extremely valuable hour, and going over all of those details and the fine details that you went into was perfect. We do have this recorded so anyone can revisit, send it on to your different leaders. But thank you, Mike, for really taking your time and dissecting it for us to really help us understand it so much more so we can get our people paid. Paid more, I should say. Paid
Anytime.
more.
Hey, by the way, Stephanie, sorry to interrupt. I'm just kind of glancing at the chat. Sorry, guys, I didn't see any of this when I was going. If you want the PowerPoint, it seems like a few people asked for it. Shoot me an email or shoot me a text. You guys have my number, but shoot me an email. It's just michael.mallory@isagenixcorp.com or a text, and I'll send it to you because some of you wrote in your email addresses, and I don't know if I'll get it in time. Sorry. Keep going, Stephanie.
No, you're fine. I appreciate that. So everyone, let's give Mike big kudos for all that he does and everything, and especially for today. Thank you.
You're
Next
awesome,
week,
Mike.
we do have a very special, we have two special guests, a couple people who have really like bumped up our business in great detail, and that's Jim Packard and George Campbell. They are friends of mine outside of this. They're going to be training on their consistency chain, because what did we hear all throughout NYKO as well as our entire business is consistency. So they have a lot of fun tricks as to really how to understand consistency and keeping our team members on track with that. So make sure you bring as many people as you can next week. And with that, Mike, please tell everyone at corporate how much we appreciate everything. This collagen has been amazing. It has reignited our businesses like crazy. And this just couldn't be much more special than it is right now. So we're so appreciative as to everything that's happening.
Well, I will say this. I promise you, we appreciate you guys even more. You guys are amazing. We love the crap out of you. In the mountain region, I'm sorry if you guys don't live in the mountain region, because the mountain region is the best. We're better than everyone else. So just keep that in mind. That's all.
Great. All right. Well, let's get a picture real fast. All right. I'll grab this one. All right. Everyone smile. Great. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Go out and share some
Thank
collagen
you.
today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Stephanie. That was awesome.
That was great.
Hey, Stephanie, I have a question.
Yeah.
I didn't want.
So here, let me stop recording.
Okay.